More than 100,000 people are waiting for organ transplants right now, and every day, 17 of them die. But what if the answer to this crisis wasn't in a lab, but on a farm? That's right, a genetically modified pig. No, not that pig, could hold the key. And at the center of this groundbreaking story, a sweet grandmother from Alabama willing to risk her life to make medical history. So stick around, because in the next 5 minutes, I'll explain how her story could change the future of medicine and teach you some powerful English along the way. I'm Grant with Business as Usual English, and welcome to another episode of Phrasal Verb News, where we break down global headlines with useful phrases to boost your English. Today's story isn't just about science. It's about hope. It's about how one pig kidney transplant is offering new life to millions of people suffering from organ failure. Let's dive in. In 1999, Tawana Looney, a 53-year-old grandmother from Alabama, donated one of her kidneys to save her mother's life, a selfless act of love. But years later, during a complicated pregnancy, her remaining kidney failed. Since 2016, she's been on dialysis for 4 hours a day, 3 days a week. And to make matters worse, her immune system prevents her from receiving a traditional human kidney transplant. Now, Tawana is making history. Just last month, she became the first living person in the world to receive a kidney from a genetically modified pig. And let me tell you, this is no small feat. Looney stepped up to take a chance on an experimental procedure that could shake up the world of organ transplantation. Now, to step up means to take responsibility or accept a challenge, often in a brave or courageous way. And to shake up, that's to disrupt or revolutionize something. In this case, the way we treat organ failure. Scientists hope that genetically modified pigs could pave the way for an unlimited supply of organs, hearts, livers, and kidneys that could save thousands of lives every year. Now, to pave the way means to prepare for something new or groundbreaking. Think of it like clearing a path for progress. But it wasn't all smooth sailing. This surgery wasn't just risky, it was uncharted territory. Looney's doctors had to pull off a highly complex operation. To pull off means to succeed in doing something difficult, and this surgery was definitely that. Surgeons worked for hours, connecting the pig kidney to her blood supply and bladder, and the moment of truth came when they unclamped the artery, letting Looney's blood flow into the new kidney. And guess what happened next? The kidney turned pink, and moments later, it started producing urine. The transplant was a success, and Looney's doctors were thrilled. One even joked about having wet socks as urine splashed onto the operating room floor, something you wouldn't normally be happy about. Now, the moment of truth is a critical point where you find out if something works. And in this case, it worked beautifully. Of course, not everyone is on board with this unprecedented procedure, meaning not everyone agrees with or supports this. Critics worry about the risks. What if pig viruses break out and cause another pandemic? To break out means to start suddenly, often referring to diseases or military conflicts. Others question the ethics of using animals for human transplants and the ethics of using vulnerable people as test subjects, saying it crosses the line. That means going beyond what's morally acceptable. Despite the controversy, Looney says she feels like she's been given a second chance at life. Her previous symptoms, weakness, fatigue, swelling, have all but disappeared. She's even looking forward to going back to work and spending more time with her family. To look forward to something means to be happy or excited about something that will happen soon. It's safe to say this surgery has turned her life around, meaning it has improved her situation drastically. What a great story. If you guys are enjoying the episode so far, please stop and give us a like and subscribe to our channel. Now, let's review some of the phrasal verbs, idioms, and key expressions from today's story so you can use them in your daily life. After I explain the meaning of each term, I'll ask you a question. Feel free to answer it out loud or in your head. Remember, practice makes perfect. In the story, we mentioned how Tawana Looney stepped up to take an experimental procedure. To step up means to take responsibility or accept a challenge, often in a brave or courageous way. For example, a coworker might step up to lead a difficult project when no one else wants to. Can you think of a time when you stepped up to do something challenging? What was the result? Next, we talked about how this procedure could shake up the world of organ transplantation. To shake up means to disrupt or revolutionize something. Think of how a new technology can shake up the way we work or live. For example, how smartphones shook up communication. What was something that shook up your life or your industry recently? Was the change positive or negative? Then we mentioned that scientists hope genetically modified pigs could pave the way for an unlimited supply of organs. To pave the way means to prepare for something new or groundbreaking. Imagine clearing obstacles on a path so others can follow. For example, an important invention like the internet paved the way for modern communication. What's an invention or discovery that you think paved the way for big changes in the world? And why was it so important? Later, we said the surgery was uncharted territory. This means something completely new or unknown, like exploring a place or situation no one has ever experienced. For instance, working in space or developing new technology can feel like uncharted territory. Have you ever been in a situation that felt like uncharted territory? How did you handle it? We also talked about how the surgeons had to pull off a highly complex operation. To pull off means to succeed in doing something difficult. For example, a sports team might pull off an unexpected win against a much stronger opponent. Can you think of a time when you pulled off something you thought would be impossible? What helped you succeed? Then came the moment of truth, when the surgeons unclamped the artery to see if the pig kidney would work. The moment of truth is a critical point when you find out whether something succeeds or fails. Imagine presenting your big idea to a client or taking a final exam. That's your moment of truth. What was the last moment of truth you experienced? How did it turn out? Not everyone was on board with this procedure. To be on board means to agree with or support something. For example, when your team starts a new project, it's important that everyone is on board so you can work well together. Have you ever tried to get someone on board with an idea? What did you do to convince them? Critics worry about what might happen if pig viruses break out. To break out means to start suddenly, often referring to something negative like a disease or conflict. For instance, a flu outbreak means a flu has broken out in a community. Have you ever been in a situation where something broke out suddenly, like an argument or an unexpected problem? How did you respond? Some people feel that using animals or vulnerable patients for experiments crosses the line. To cross the line means to go beyond what is acceptable, whether it's in behavior or ethics. For example, lying to a friend to gain an advantage might cross the line. Can you think of an example where someone crossed the line? How did it affect the situation? Finally, Looney said she was looking forward to going back to work and spending time with her family. To look forward to something means to be happy or excited about something that's going to happen. For example, many people look forward to their holidays or weekends. What's something you're looking forward to right now? And tell me, why does it excite you? We ended by saying the surgery turned her life around. Now, to turn someone's life around means to improve their situation dramatically. For example, getting a new job or moving to a new city can turn someone's life around. Can you think of a moment when something turned your life around for the better? What made the biggest difference? Well, there you have it. Our key terms and expressions from today's episode. If you want to practice, try retelling Tawana Looney's story to someone you know using these new phrases. And if you don't have someone to talk to, you can practice by writing a summary or by making a voice note discussing this topic. Thank you so much for watching and subscribe for more. If you like this video, be sure to check out our video here about the Romanian elections. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you next time.